Christy Primo. Hello. Bonjour. Wataguan. Sup. My name is Charmaine Danica Christy Primo, and I'm from Canada. That's right, Trump ain't my president. I'm from the French part of Canada, so Montreal, donc je parle français. My parents are immigrants from Guyana, so it's located in South America, but we're culturally Caribbean. And I'm from the hood. Shout out to Little Burgundy, okay? Plus, in my summer, my cousins live in Brooklyn, so I got some of that Brooklyn swag too. What up, son, you know? So the person that you see on stage is a mixture of all these different backgrounds, okay? And it took me a lot of iterations to become who I am, and I'm gonna kind of bring you through my journey. So Charmaine, the original 1.0, she's from the hood, like I said. She grew up in the ghetto. She was really smart though, because her Guyanese mother always instilled in her the importance of education. She'd be like, Charmaine, they can't take away your education, so do well in school. So I had the opportunity after elementary school to go to a private school. So I did the entry exam for an all-girl Catholic private school, and I got accepted. I didn't know how I didn't really know how I was gonna afford to go there, because my mom was a single mom, but when I got accepted, she said, you know what, you have to go. So she did this thing called box hand. So in the Caribbean, what they would do is they would save money every week. So they have a banker, you'd bring the money to them, and then everyone would get that whole pile. So my mom saved her money in order to send me to private school. And she said that she was like, I don't want your school fees to be late, because you're only one of 4 black girls, and it's gonna look really bad if the black girl doesn't pay her bills on time. So now I go to this school, right? Like I said, there's 120 students in my grade, and only 4 of us are black. And not only am I the darkest one of the 4 girls, I'm the only one that's really hood. So I'm standing out. Like my cadence, the way I talk, even the way I dress. And we had a uniform. But you know how black people get stylish with everything. So it was a real culture shock. I was like, oh my gosh. And I remember this girl came up to me once, and she was like, this is like the 2nd or 3rd week in school, and she was like, oh my God, Charmaine, you are like my first black friend ever. And I was like, you are not my first white friend. So at that moment, I was 12 years old, and I remember the burden that was placed against me. I was like, wow, these people don't know black people. I have the power to demystify or perpetuate stereotypes. And I'm not gonna lie, I did both. Right? Like I could read and write, but I could also fight, I had good grades, but I had better fades, Like I was in chess club, but I'd still punch you in the chest in the club. So I remember one time, I got accused of jumping this girl with my friends, and the police were gonna come to my school, but I was like, I don't want y'all to come here, because, I'm only like, it's gonna look real bad if a black girl gets, accused of a crime. And this time I was actually innocent, you know what I mean? But long story short, I got acquitted, we're all good, So I remember at that moment though, I was like, okay, Charmaine, you really can't be this hood in this school with these white people. So I had to kind of get a new version of myself. I'll call her Charmaine 2.0. She was a little bit more docile, She was a little more calm. She talked a little differently. And that girl helped me get through high school. You know it. You got it, girl. It didn't have a name back then, but I was code switching without knowing it, okay? So I remember 11th grade, I was in chemistry class, and my teacher, she would always shout out the highest marks in the class. So the highest was one girl, Vanessa, she got 98, and she said, Charmaine, 96. And I was like, thank you. She's like, you know, you're smarter than you look. And I was like, huh? She's like, what? That's a good thing. It's better than looking smart and being dumb. And I said, this girl is so lucky that I was Charmaine 2.0 at that time. Because she thought I had a smart brain, but Charmaine 1.0 had a smarter mouth, okay? So it kind of proved to be beneficial to be able to switch between Charmaine 1.0 and Charmaine 2.0 as needed. You know, as I went through high school, I went to college, I went to university, I have a bachelor's in engineering. Ghetto girl that made it! And now in corporate America. So I actually work at Microsoft. I like to make this disclaimer. The views and opinion expressed in this story are solely of the author and do not reflect that of my employer or its affiliates. So now I'm at work, and Microsoft always says you should bring your most authentic self to work. You know, diversity and inclusion is really big out there. But you know, I'm kind of scared, so I kind of hold back, you know. So I'm an engineer, and sometimes I deliver training for customers on the phone. So I had to deliver training on a Skype call, and the Skype call was one-way audio. So I'm the only person that's speaking, and all my students in the class, all they can do is type back to me. So, you know, I'm at home, I'm relaxing, I'm just chilling, I'm like in a hoodie and my like jogging pants, but I'm talking like I'm in a business suit and high heels. So I have my headset on. Hello, good morning class. My name is Charmaine Christie Primo. Thank you all so much. We're gonna do this training, blah, 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 and I talk in this voice. My cell phone goes off and my cousin texts me, my cousin in Brooklyn, and it says, you need to call me ASAP. One of our cousins got accused of an armed robbery and he's underage. So I'm like heated, and I'm like, but I'm still in, you know, my professional mode. So I said, I'm gonna call you on my break. So break's over, I'm like, all right, thank y'all so much. I have 1 hour break, and I will come back, take off my headset, pick up my cell phone, call my cousin. I'm like, yo, what's really good though? So you mean to tell me this guy armed robbery? That ain't even armed robbery. A basketball ain't no weapon. What did he steal? A damn hoverboard. Ooh, child. Oh, he want to do hood rat things with his friends? I can't even get mad, because you remember how I used to be back in the day? Yeah, girl, I was so scared when they were doing the background check for working here. I was like, ooh, what they gonna find? But I passed the background check, girl, yes! Shoot, yeah, I'm delivering this training for these white people and whatnot, but you know, whatever, they need me more than I need them, Yes, this ghetto girl on this call with these white people, but you know what? I am educated, they need my power, what? Anyways, girl, I got like 30 more minutes on my break. Let me see how much time I got left. Oh my God, messages. We can hear you. Sound like a personal call. This one girl, she got really into it. She had capital letter, stop talking. Stop incriminating yourself. Be quiet, girl. Oh, shoot, I ain't on mute. Oh. All right, okay, what am I gonna do? Like, this is day 1 of 3-day training, like. they don't hear my real voice. Like, do I switch back? Do I stay? It's all good. You got this. Remember, they're in your class. They need your knowledge. You got it. Go back in there. Hi. Good afternoon. What a break. I'm so sorry for those of you who had heard that my microphone wasn't muted, but let's get back to SharePoint. Yeah. All right. And I continued with that voice for the next 3 days. So I used to always be so afraid about what would happen if people that know me as Charmaine 2.0 met Charmaine 1.0. You know what I mean? And at that moment, the words collided. And guess what? Like, I'm still okay. You know what I mean? I still work at Microsoft. And I was like, that was the day that Charmaine 1.0, Charmaine 2.0 became Charmaine 3.0. Charmaine 3.0 is comfortable with both sides of her. She knows she's a hood chick. She knows she's a professional corporate chick as well. And she's okay. And when I was pregnant, oh yeah, Charmaine 3.0 is also a mother. So my son is 6 months old. He's actually backstage. And I remember when I was pregnant, you know, some people, and I know they didn't mean it in a bad way, but they were like, oh my God, Charmaine, when you have your son, please don't give him a ghetto sounding name. You know, we want him to be able to have a good job in the future. And I was like, I got a good job, and my name is Charmaine Danica Christie Primo. So my son's name is Dakari Jace Simpson. I know it sounds black, but it's okay, because I don't want his name to have to define him or restrict him. Like, why can't we just be who we are, right? Show up and bring your most authentic self. So that's what Charmaine 3.0 is. She's her most authentic self on stage. I actually also do stand-up comedy. So if you ever want to come to a show. And I'm just gonna end by saying, you can take me out the hood, but you can't take the hood out of me.